Edge has seen the whole thing play out, and he's waiting on his fate. But what on earth is about to show up? It's the Raw after SummerSlam, and Edge is back, and he is gunning for Judgment Day. The true rated R superstar is here, and Balor and Priest are standing in the ring, and Edge delivers some home truths. He says neither of them are anything without someone like him propping them up. Think about it, Finn. You had the Bullet Club. That's what you're most famous for, right? You weren't even the most talented person in the group. You're overrated. You're static. You're boring. I've been waiting years for something, anything from you. Finn advances on Edge, and Edge just scoffs. He says, oh, here he goes again. You're all bark and no bite. Just like your little sidekick. Hell, Damien, you'd be nothing without Bad Bunny, and you'd be even less without me. And Priest is pissed. But Finn says, hold on, he's not worth it. He's past his best, and he's just projecting it on us. Leave him be with his little rated R stick that was cool 10 years ago. And then Edge tries to get at Finn, but Priest nails him with a reckoning. And as Priest and Balor walk away, Edge climbs back to his feet and he says, see, Finn? Always hiding behind someone else. You can't do this on your own. Finn turns around, looks at Edge, and then he turns his back on him and walks away. Is Edge potentially right? Is he in Finn's head already? Well, it's later that night. Edge runs through an opponent. He's fired up since returning. He wants to prove to everybody that the rated R superstar is well and truly back in the building. Balor would run out after the match. He'd attempt to take Edge down, but after a brief exchange, Balor is downed again. And just like earlier in the night, he has backup. Here comes Damian Priest. He's about to help Finn out for a second time, but Balor yells at him and he says, no, I don't need your help to take him out. Priest backs away a bit, and Edge looks at Balor and scoffs. He says, just like I thought, you can't do this on your own. And then Balor runs at Edge, but Edge lights him up again with another shot. And then Edge says, see, nothing without someone more talented than you backing you up. And then it's Priest. He runs in the ring. He's seen enough. He gets speared by Edge though. And then Finn turns around, takes the opportunity, and lands a shotgun drop kick into the corner and follows it up with a coup de grace. Priest gets up, and he and Balor walk off, and Edge this time climbs to his feet. And he says the same thing again. It's like, I'm in your head, Balor. You know I'm right. You can't do this on your own. The week after on Raw, Balor opens the show. He's got a match, but before he walks through the curtain, he tells Damian Priest to stay backstage. Priest says he really doesn't mind going out there. But Balor snaps at him and he says, no, I can do this without you. Priest says, okay, just relax. Balor storms out and brutalizes his opponent. He even uses a very familiar move to do it. But he doesn't pin him. He toys with him. He's taking him all over ringside, throwing him into the barricade, smashing his head into the announce table, slamming him into the stairs, all while talking trash to Edge. And he says, you think I can't do this alone? What the hell do you think this is? Edge then storms out. He yells at Finn from the ramp. He says, you got something to say? How about you say it to my face? Balor starts walking towards him, but then Priest attacks Edge from behind. And Balor is furious. He yells at Priest and he says, I told you to stay in the back. Priest doesn't appreciate that. He says, are we a team? Do I not have your back? Do you not have my back? And while Balor is listening, Theory creeps up from behind. He's recovered. He picks him up and he lands the ATL for the win. And after the match, Balor is fuming. He walks up to Priest and he slaps him in the face. He says, I told you to stay out of my business. And he walks off. Priest doesn't swing back, but he's fuming inside. And Edge is watching all of this from the entrance and laughing. He says, just like I said, you can't do it alone, Finn, but it turns out you can't even do it with someone else. Pathetic. And Priest, you're just going to stand there and take that? That's even more pathetic. And Priest starts walking towards him, and Edge says, you're not the man I recruited to Judgment Day. This isn't Damian Priest. This... I don't even know what this is. Priest thinks about it. But maybe Edge has gotten to him like Finn now. Priest storms off. Doesn't touch Edge. And the Master Manipulator is back at it again. It's the next week on Raw and Edge is out for more mind games. He's holding a very Judgment Day-like sermon. He's saying that what he's seen from the group he created is weakness, soulless behaviour. I have seen nothing that I tried to instill in this group. It's pathetic. Edge is confused. That sounded familiar, but he isn't sure, so he attempts to continue his rant, but he's cut off by Damian Priest. And Priest comes out and he says to Edge that he's right. This isn't what they built the group on. This isn't how it should be. He says he made a mistake siding with Finn. I should have stuck with you. And Edge says, it's about time you came to your senses. I knew you were smarter than this. I knew you were better than him. And as Edge is talking, we see Finn Balor walking up behind him. And as Edge continues talking to Priest, Balor gets on the apron, and that's when Edge realizes he's there. He realizes this was a plan. Balor gets in the ring and he stands next to Priest. He says to Edge, I see what you're trying to do. You've tried to drive a wedge here. You've tried to separate us so we don't destroy you. And that's smart. It really is. But what isn't smart? What isn't smart is you've woken it up. You've awoken something inside me that I'm trying to fight off for all of your safety. For his safety, for you, for the locker room, but it's alive, Edge. It's still breathing, and you don't want it. Edge is staring into the eyes something beyond even the mortal being of Finn Balor. He's seeing something in the eyes of Balor that is far more demonic. Priest versus Balor. The match is on. It was made official during the week, and they are going at it. And Edge has gotten exactly what he wanted. He said in an interview earlier in the night that this was the plan all along. He knew they would rot from the inside, and he knew that they would eat each other alive. And as the match is heating up, Balor and Priest are exchanging shots. It's a slugfest. It's that familiar sound again. Balor is set in the corner. Priest doesn't see him coming and boom! He nails him with a shotgun dropkick. Goes to the top for the coup de grace, but it's then Edge sprints out. But Balor sees him. He leaps off onto Edge. This guy is different. They start fighting and the match is instantly thrown out. Priest now joins the fight. Balor drops him with a 1916 on the outside. Throws him over the barricade and he and Edge keep fighting. It's a bloody encounter. Both men busted open and Balor is tasting his own blood and it seems to ignite something in him. The lights start to flicker and Balor starts clutching at his bloody face. The lights come back on, and Balor is gone. Edge is down, bloodied. What on earth just happened? And as Edge slowly gets to his feet, he's looking around, and he's concerned, with very good reason. We find out later in the night that Adam Pearce has made a match. It's going to be Edge versus Balor in Wales at Clash at the Castle, and it's no disqualification. Edge is ready and he's looking at the Tron. And he sees Damian Priest walking around backstage and he is demanding that Adam Pearce put him in the match. And Pearce is saying it's too late. Edge is literally waiting in the ring. I can't make that change now. Priest says, I'll make the change myself. And he starts walking towards the arena. Edge has seen the whole thing play out, and he's waiting on his fate. But what on earth is about to show up? The demon is here. Edge has awoken the dark passenger of Finn Balor. Edge wanted Balor to stand on his own 2 feet, and now those 2 feet are walking towards him for the fight of his life. Edge doesn't even wait for the match to start. He knows he has to go right now. He runs at Balor, but Balor hits a sling blade, and he decimates Edge with a 1916 immediately. He picks him up and he drags a lifeless Edge towards the ring. He throws him in the ring, but then he grabs chair after chair after chair. He has evil intentions. It's then security runs out. This match hasn't even started. Balor nails one with a dive, and then a 1916 on the other. It's then Damian Priest runs out. He gets dropped. Balor is out of control. Even more security comes out, and Balor wipes them out as well. Adam Pearce then comes out. It's absolute carnage. And Balor is standing over Edge, who is out. Adam Pearce is screaming at Balor to stand down. Balor runs at him and knocks him off the apron too. Pearce looks on terrified as the demon takes over the show. He drags Edge onto a pile of chairs and slams him with a vicious coup de grace. The demon is back, and Finn Balor could well be the biggest threat in WWE right now. If you enjoyed this scenario, you'd love this one.